check this out, man. The Toronto Maple Leafs just flipped the NHL upside down and sent Mitch Marner packing. Yeah, the guy who was the creative soul of the team, the engine that made the machine run, got traded to the Vegas Golden Knights. And now, guess who's left all alone on the ice? Auston Matthews, the man with 400 goals, looking around like, where's my partner in crime? Because let's be honest, Marner and Matthews were dynamic. Batman and Robin, McDavid and Draisaitl, peanut butter and jelly. But now it's over. And to make things worse, there's a hot rumor that Matthews might have a new enemy in the Rocket Richard race. And that enemy could be coming straight out of the desert. It's not a cactus. It's not a scorpion. It's Jack Eichel, with Marner glued to the Knights' top line. Sin City just turned into City of Assists, my friend. Here's the deal. The trade happened and triggered a domino effect that no one knows where will end. Marner lands in Vegas, a team that's already a beast, a recent champion, and a specialist in wreaking havoc across the league. And now they put next to Eichel a guy who is basically a maestro on the ice. Mitch has always been that. Insane vision, passes that drive goalies crazy, and his chemistry with Matthews was perfect. It's no exaggeration to say a big chunk of Austin's heavy artillery came from that partnership. He knew that if he positioned himself well, despite still playing at a high level, find his stick with surgical precision. Now, without that, he'll have to figure it out. He'll need to find a new way to shine and keep up that average of nearly 45 goals per season. And here's the point. How does this shake up the Rocket Richard race? Matthews has 3 trophies on his shelf, and not just anyone can do that. Since he entered the league in 2016, nobody has scored more goals than him. That's 401 goals. To be exact, no player has topped that number in that span. Not Ovechkin, not Pasternak, no one. But now things change. Because while Matthews just lost his official playmaker, Eichel just gained the best one available in the NHL. Man, imagine what that means. Jack was already dangerous on his own. Now, with Marner on the same ice, the two could create total chaos. Analysts are already saying Eichel could blow up his numbers and even hit 50 goals if he changes his mindset. 50 goals. He's never gone past 36. But with Mitch feeding him all the time, doesn't seem impossible. Meanwhile, the Leafs are stuck in a dilemma. Because let's be real, losing a player like Marner creates a massive hole. And GM Brad Treliving himself admitted it. They haven't filled the gap yet. He said it publicly. And that's almost like admitting you tore apart a Ferrari, and now you're trying to race on a bicycle. So what's the solution? Here comes a heavy rumor. Leafs chasing Kirby Dach. Heavy stuff, huh? The guy can play center, can move to the right wing, exactly where Marner played. Sounds good on paper, but here's the catch. Dach is made of glass. Man, it's injury after injury. Last season, he suffered one that ended his year. And according to insiders, he's not even expected to start this season 100%. Meaning, Toronto is thinking about giving up 2 draft picks, including a second-rounder, plus Bobby McMahon, plus Nick Robertson for a guy who might not even be ready for Game 1. Is that all in or pure madness? That's the question. And that's not all. McMahon, who they're sending away, had 34 points in 74 games. Robertson also never locked in a spot, but he still has potential and just signed an extension. So if the Leafs pull this off, they're basically saying, We're betting everything on a guy who can fix things now, even if that guy is still in the rehab room. It's the kind of move that can put you on top or sink your entire season. Because in the end, replacing Marner isn't just about stats. It's about leadership, identity, and chemistry with Matthews. And those things aren't easy to buy. Now stop and think. On the other side, the Golden Knights are laughing because Vegas always finds a way to grab the right guys at the right time. They build a line that looks straight out of franchise mode in a video game. Marner feeding Eichel is the kind of thing that'll make ESPN highlights run on repeat. And if that happens, if Eichel really turns it into goals, Matthews is going to feel that pressure. For the first time in a long time, someone could steal that throne. And let's be real, Matthews already carries a huge weight for not winning a Stanley Cup with the Leafs. Now he'll deal with that and the narrative of who rules NHL goal scoring. This is a season that's going to separate the men from the boys. So here's the bomb. Matthews without Marner. Leafs desperate for a replacement. Vegas creating a monster. And in the middle of it all, a Kirby Dach rumor that could completely change the team dynamic. Who comes out on top in this story? Will Matthews keep his rocket-Richard crown? Or is a throne-moving zip code straight to the desert? Or worse, is Toronto digging its own grave by betting on a guy who might not even play at the start of the season? Drop your thoughts. Because seriously, this drama is just getting started, and it promises a lot before the puck drops on the ice.